Yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, I am my number one fan. I'm trying to get you from here to there. I'm trying to show niggas it ain't fair. How I just came up, but you not there. Stuck in the same situation you been in. They got the plug, you got the sound. You not just a groupie that's hanging around. They got the stage, but you bring the lights. It's enough room at the top, we ain't gotta fight. I am my number one fan. I am that legend you stand for. When the crowds disperse, we'll see what you stand for.
This is
the Neighbors Podcast.
He's Reese.
He's Arnold.
Listen to us on
iTunes, Google Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and YouTube.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And y'all can listen to us daily.
Every day. Hey, y'all, we back. It's the Neighbors Podcast. We here again, y'all.
To the Neighbors Podcast.
Do you hear that?
NayborsPodcast.
That's my man Barry Jones.
NayborsPodcast. It's Reese, y'all. It's Reese.
That's right, y'all. It's Reese. And your man Arnold.
Yo, we really enjoy doing this show, y'all. I just want y'all to know.
Yeah. It's very. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm glad we're getting so much positive feedback, and we appreciate everything that everybody is saying and sending us. Thank you very much.
Very much appreciate it.
Yes,
we love y'all.
Very.
So continually bring in your ideas.
Yes,
your requests,
your topics,
and you know what? We're not a radio show, so you don't have to send us song requests.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
We don't play no music.
Yeah, no.
Unless you want to hear Reese sing the blues.
And I don't know how to sing. So we'll leave that to the professionals.
Exactly.
And
just real quick, y'all, I just want to make sure that you guys remember, please remember on Fridays to rep your neighborhood on the Neighbors Podcast.
Right.
And, you can find us on all platforms to listen to, and you can find us on all social medias, Facebook, IG, and Twitter.
And since I'm talking about songs, be sure to follow our man, Twan Billy Merriweather.
What's his IG and his Facebook?
It's icon_T Anthony.
You guys got that?
icon_T Anthony.
Yeah, and that's on Instagram and Facebook.
And
I believe
Twitter.
It's also on Twitter.
Yes, it's on all three. So be sure to follow him. If you really like the song that we have as our intro and our outro, please follow him. He's a really good dude, born and raised in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's in and out of Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah, I think so.
But and he also does some type of counseling in Pittsburgh. He's I'm not sure if he's licensed therapist, but he gets his work on.
Yeah.
He really tries to help individuals move forward in life.
Yes, he do. So follow that brother, please.
Right. And as we're talking about this type of thing, we're going to talk about health.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, Reese, I was going to just say, your wife told me that you was afraid to go to the doctor.
I'm not afraid to go to the doctor. I just don't go.
Wow. It's like, I think about maybe 80% of all males feel that same way.
Yeah, and part of it is, for me, sometimes I don't like to hear the negativity. I feel like sometimes there's negativity, going on there. Even if I'm just there just for a regular checkup, because at one time I was going once a year,
right,
faithfully. But as time goes on, I'm like, maybe you need to watch this or watch that. But then at one time I was misdiagnosed of having diverticulitis.
And what is that?
Diverticulitis is when you have pockets in your intestines.
Okay.
And you're not supposed to eat like peanuts and popcorn and things like that. And it's supposed to go into the pockets in your intestines.
Right.
And you can have a flare up if you eat any of those type of foods.
That was the first time that I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that you can't enjoy movies?
Oh, no, I enjoy movies. I still eat popcorn.
Oh,
that's
okay.
how I know I don't have it. But see, that's what I mean by I believe I was really misdiagnosed.
Right.
And he was only going based off of what I was saying in reference to what I had eaten and why my stomach was hurting at that time. Why it was tender.
Right.
No extensive tests or labs or X-rays or anything, CAT
Right.
scans, anything, MRIs, nothing. So there weren't any extensive diagnostics being done on me.
Right.
So it was just a word of mouth type thing.
So I could see with that experience right there why a lot of men wouldn't want to go to the doctor because they didn't want to be misdiagnosed, or
Right.
a lot of men are just very strong headed and they feel like that, and me included, even though I do, my wife makes me go to the doctor all the time. So I really appreciate that. We appreciate her for that. And men do feel like that we're invincible. No matter what aches, what ails, we can always, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to put some Bengay on it, some icy hot. I'm going to take a pain pill.
Yeah, right.
And it's going to go away,
Right.
But we as men need to get out of that. We need to start seeing the doctor a little more. We need to start taking better care of ourselves, especially as we get older in age.
Right.
They say that health disease comes in many forms, and a lot of them can be very serious, So you have to be careful about what you eat, what you drink. You have to exercise. And I'm not saying that you have to go out there and get a full-fledged gym membership and be lifting 1,000 pounds in a week.
Yeah.
But just do something. Walk around, stretch.
Just be active.
Be active. That's
Just
it.
be active. But I think part of that, when you go to the doctor, and just for me being in my 40s and weight, the doctor looks at me and the scale I guess I'm supposed to be on. They say I need to be almost like 100 pounds lighter.
Man, a lot of them times, them scales, man, they're not friends of mine.
And then wifey says to me, Maurice, if you lost 100 pounds, you'll be a bobblehead.
Yeah, right.
She's like,
I can see that.
So do I really want her to look at me in that light?
Right.
Now
right.
that doesn't mean she didn't say, "Hey, you could tone up a little bit" or something like that.
Right.
But does that mean that, hey, I really want to be walking around looking like a toothpick?
Yeah.
After all these years of hugging a big old teddy bear.
Right. Who doesn't love teddy bears?
Yeah, right. Keep you warm.
Yeah.
Keep you warm. You be all nice and snuggly. I'm enough hot chocolate, I guess.
Right.
But I think that this topic on men's health, we really need to address seriously because and it's not a color thing.
No, it's across. It's a man thing.
Right.
It's a male
it's across
thing.
the board. We as males in general need to take better care of
Yeah,
ourselves.
because like I said earlier, a lot of us don't like to go to the doctors.
Right.
So, those of you that know, I'm in my early 50s, and a few years ago I had a colonoscopy done. So my fears with colonoscopy is probably general the same fears that every man has. Because nobody wants to have anybody digging around back there looking for anything.
Aren't you put to sleep though?
Yeah, at that time I didn't know this.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know that you go to sleep, and I didn't know that they put you out, and then when you wake up, you're in another room, and everything feels good. You don't feel like you're violated. He took me to lunch before I went there.
Yeah, right.
He played some music for me. Like he wooed me. But it was a good experience after that. I was really happy.
Yeah.
Everything felt good, and I couldn't stop smiling. I just don't know why.
Wow.
But one of the real reasons why that I agreed to the colonoscopy was that my father, I have a stepfather and I have my biological father.
Okay.
I have two dads.
Yeah.
So I love both my fathers, right? So my biological father, he had passed away from complications from colon cancer.
Okay.
So the reason why is because he could have got it caught early on.
Okay.
But he didn't because the fear of having a man or a woman going in his anus, and checking for something. And back then, they used to check with your finger. So, so he explained to me one time that this doctor was like 6'2". He should have been playing basketball. And he was like, "Doc, why are your hands so big? And which one are you going to use?" So I can understand that. And that goes along with a lot of how men are brought up, where homophobic things, homophobic traits might come about. Because it's understandable. It is understandable that nobody wants anything stuck in them that's not supposed to be stuck in them.
Right.
Or anything that you don't want anything stuck in you that you don't want in you.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But because of that was a major decision for me.
Yeah.
To go ahead and have the colonoscopy done.
Yeah.
After the colonoscopy done, like they went in. I talked to the anesthesiologist.
Okay.
And then what kind of scared me at first was when they told me about the drug they was giving me. They gave me propofol, and I was like, "Excuse me, but isn't that the stuff that killed Michael Jackson?" And they was like, "Yes, it was." And I was like, "Oh, but I can't take that."
Excuse me, I'm out.
Yeah, right. But I'm gonna tell you, I see why Mike was hooked, because when they rolled me into the operating room, the exam room, and they said, "Listen, we're going to stick the needle in your hand so they can put the anesthesia in you." He said, "You're going to feel a sharp burn. I need you to count back from 10." As soon as I felt the burn, I was out. When I woke up, I was in a totally different room. Mm-hmm. You know, I was stretched. I was on my side, feeling good. You know, everything was good about it. And I was like, "Yo, when are y'all going to start?" And the lady was like, "Yo, it's like an hour and a half later." I'm like, "What?" So I'm not going to lie. Immediately, I felt on my butt to make sure that everything was still intact or the same. You know, so it was. So I was like, "Great." You know, nothing happened to me while I was unconscious. You know. And they told me they found it because of my age. It's normal that you have polyps in your tract, in your digestive tract,
right,
and also in your rectum tract,
right.
So you know they had to send those out, and when they came back, they were benign, but everything was good. You know, so but I was so glad that I had that experience done, and it wasn't like a big issue, you know. And like I said, my wife she stays on me to go to the doctor. I do yearly physicals. I go to the dentist. I make sure if anything's wrong with me, my wife's like, "Yo, send you into the doctor."
Right.
Because we have insurance, for one. That's another reason why a lot of men don't go see the doctors, because they don't have insurance.
Yeah.
And a lot of that stuff is out of pocket, and they don't want to find something wrong with them, and it's going to cost them a lot of money.
Right.
So, you know, we have insurance. So if anything, I don't care what it is, she's like, "Go to the doctor." And I'm like, "All right," I go to the doctor, and they check me out. You know, I pay a small copay.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I'm staying on top of my game. Now, I don't know why the doc can't help me with my weight. He keeps saying I need to help me with my weight. I don't understand that part of the game, but, you know, that does happen.
But see, now,
know?
I guess with something like that, you know, are you willing to change your eating habits?
Well, I do. I'm not going to lie. I ain't going to say that I've changed them completely, because I have. And I've always been the type of man whose weight has fluctuated from time to time, depending on the situation and what I'm doing to my body. Mm-hmm. So I drive truck during the day.
Yeah.
So I'm always sitting. So that doesn't help out a lot. But I'm always lifting. I'm always carrying stuff. I'm carrying stuff anywhere from 70 to 115 pounds by myself.
Right.
You know, to the destination and to the customer. And that I'm getting sweat on, and I'm being motivated.
Right.
But like you say, you have to have, it ain't just the fact that you must exercise. You have to have, my wife is our nutrition in our family.
Okay.
So when she's on a diet, I'm on a diet.
Yeah.
You know, so when she's eating healthy, I'm eating healthy.
Got you.
You know, and then when she says, "Yo, we're going to be bad this weekend," I'm allowed to be bad.
Okay.
You know? But I do sneak stuff, because
Yeah.
you know, I like cheese, I like chocolate, you know, but I know in moderation.
Right.
That I can't have a lot of sweets. I can't have a lot of things that's going to burn up a lot of carbs.
Right.
I can't have a lot of stuff that's going to put more weight on me, you know. And for a man my age and my height and my weight, I'm overweight, sure. But who isn't overweight in America, right?
Yeah.
But I get around pretty good. Knees are a little rough here and there, but other than that, mobility is great, you know. And I still have to gift start myself in the morning, though, because of the knees.
Yeah.
But other than that, everything is great. But it's just that I'm just so happy to be blessed with a person that takes their time to, if something's wrong with me, they make sure that I do the doctor appointments. They make sure that I go to the doctor's appointments, you know. And a lot of men don't have that. A lot of men have to depend on themselves, or the mate that they're with don't care if they go to the doctor or not, you know.
Which is true.
You know, and it's crazy. You would think if you're married, or even if you're in a long-term relationship without being married, and you would think that you would want your mate to be as healthy and live as long as you live, wouldn't you?